Unless otherwise indicated, Ratchet Book Club is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is greatly advised. Welcome to Ratchet Book Club, where we read hood classics and good classics. I'm Derek. 916-633-1537, registered and ratchet@gmail.com, Ratchet Book Club on Twitter, Ratchet Book Club on Facebook. Donate to the show through Cash App. It's Rashani, Rashanii. Chapter 6, Sexy Time. That's not the name of the chapter, but it is sexy time. So if you have kids or if you're at work and you're listening to this, that's cool. Just make sure you have on headphones. I don't think I'll get in trouble for what your boss hears, but I mean, sexy time. I'm just warning you so you can find your headphones. If your shit just ran out of batteries and all of a sudden your people are hearing me talk about dick, shit, ass, bitch, clit, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you but to keep your shit charged up. The whole first hour I get to work, I charge up my headphones, my Bluetooth, because folks are still groggy and tired and shit. They start talking about an hour or an hour and a half in, and by then I got the noise canceling motherfuckers on, and I'm great. Sexy time. Chapter 6, Yesenia. I should make a sexy time t-shirt. I'm warning y'all. You got 3 seconds to get to the dance floor. Put them headphones on if you're at work. I'm not trying to get y'all niggas in trouble. I don't want you coming and looking for me on Twitter. Ratchet Book Club on Twitter. Ratchet Book Club on Facebook. Sexy time. You ready? I'm ready. Dante spread my legs before he used 2 fingers to part the moist folds of my goodie opening. As he slid his tongue through the center, I gripped the sheets beneath me. As his tongue danced around inside my kitty while he sucked on my clit, I felt the intensity of an orgasm building from within. Oh shit, I cried out as I tried to back away from him. He gripped my hips and held me in place. You ain't going nowhere, he whispered huskily as he continued to slaughter my pussy with his tongue. Damn it, Dante, I hissed as I gyrated onto his tongue. He lifted my butt off the bed and slid his tongue from the front to the back. Turn over, he commanded. I turned onto my stomach, and he parted my butt cheeks with his hands before driving his tongue in the center of my ass. Oh, come on, I hissed as he pulled his tongue out. He climbed on top of me and inserted his dick inside my kitty. He held my hips and drove his swollen manhood into me like a jackhammer. He knew I loved this position. It was almost like he was fucking me missionary style, but from behind. I wasn't even propped up on all fours yet, but I felt another orgasm bursting at the edge. I'm about to come, I cried. Come on that dick, Dante coaxed. He didn't have to tell me twice. I moaned loudly as I released onto a shaft. He pulled out and lifted, really just ruining the moment. He pulled out and lifted my so I was on my knees. Lifted my ass, lifted my body, lifted my midsection. If you're an ant, he lifted your thorax, but put a word in there, like make something up. All right, matter of fact, make something up, y'all. He lifted my, so I was on my knees. I arched my back and thrust my booty in the air. He rammed his dick into my soaking wet kitty. Ah, I released a loud moan. Once again, he gripped my hips and plowed into me from behind, this time doggy style. Take that dick, he ordered. That man had me feeling so many different things right now that my head was spinning. I tried pushing him back because he was going so hard, but he held firmly in position. I didn't really want him to stop, but it just felt so good it hurt. By the time we were done, we were both sweaty and breathless. We were lying on the bed trying to catch our breath when the intercom for the gate buzzed. I could barely move and didn't really want to after the mind-blowing sex my man had just delivered. All I wanted to do was take a shower and relax with Dante. He had just gotten back from basketball practice an hour ago. The team had a game tomorrow, so I just wanted to enjoy some time with him now. I grabbed my phone off the nightstand and pulled up the security camera to see who was bothering us. I instantly rolled my eyes when I saw the red Mercedes that belonged to one of Dante's trifling-ass baby mamas. "It's your baby mama," I said. "Which one?" he asked. "Fucking Katrina," I hissed as I handed him the phone and went to the bathroom. I was beyond sick and tired of Katrina and her shit. I just wanted to scream over the speaker when I saw her ghetto ass at the gate. I wish she had never gotten pregnant by Dante. I had warned him that if he kept fucking me over, they said fucking over me, but fucking me over, she would trap him into fatherhood. What? If he kept fucking over me, she would trap him into fatherhood. I don't understand the correlation between the two, but okay. That was my fault, because like my mom always said, a man will only do what a woman allowed him to do. I allowed Dante to cheat on me before we got married because I loved him. But once he asked me to marry him, I told him that part of our relationship was over. If we were going to be man and wife, he had to be fully committed to me. He promised that he would be, and I believed him. Since we had gotten married, he hadn't cheated on me, at least not that I knew of. I flushed the toilet and called out for Dante, but he didn't answer. I didn't realize that I had been in the bathroom long enough for my husband to disappear from the bedroom. He had left my phone on the nightstand, so I picked it up and checked the security camera to see where Dante was. Sure enough, he was at the gate, arguing with his baby mama. I was about to hit the button to talk to him when he walked around to the passenger side and got in the car. My mouth literally fell open because he didn't tell me he was even going out there, much less getting in the damn car. "The fuck?" I fussed. When I saw the car back up out the driveway and drive off, I could feel the heat burning between my ears. I immediately picked up my phone to call my husband and go off, but before I could hit the send button, it started to ring. I just knew it had better be Dante calling me to let me know where the fuck he was. But when I saw Harris County Jail pop up, I knew it wasn't my husband. "Hello?" I answered. "This is the operator from Harris County Jail. You have a collect call from Tyler Ray. Press 1 to accept the charges," said the operator. "The hell is she doing in jail?" I questioned out loud as I pressed the number 1 on the keypad. "Thank God you answered," Tyler Ray said as soon as the operator put her through. "Girl, what are you doing in Harris County Jail? What the hell happened?" "It's a long story. Can you please come bail me out?" "Yeah, sure. How much is your bail?" I asked. $5,000, but you only have to pay $500 and I'll pay you back," Tyler Ray promised. "It's not about the money, Tyler Ray. Give me a few minutes to get dressed and I'll be on my way," I assured her. "Thank you so much," she cried. "I appreciate you so much." "You're welcome. Sit tight for a minute. I'll see you soon." I hung the phone up and called Dante. His phone started ringing on the nightstand. Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me right now? Now I was really upset and frustrated. I headed to the bathroom to take a quick shower. Once I was done, I went to the closet and got dressed. I chose a pair of True Religion jeans and a dull-shaped floral t-shirt. It was a bit chilly outside, so I picked a black lambskin leather jacket to wear. I slipped my feet into a pair of UGG ankle boots. I grabbed my phone and my Gucci handbag before walking out the door. I got in my car and backed out of the garage. I headed out the gate and merged on the street. I could not believe Dante left without his phone. I could only imagine what the fuck they were doing. All I knew was that he had better be home by the time I made it back from picking up Tyler Ray's ass. I wondered what the hell she had done to get her ass locked up. All I could do was shake my head. Tyler Ray was definitely not behaving the way she was when we first met. I used to think she had a good head on her shoulders, but now I wasn't so sure. I mean, she was making so many bad choices these days. Even though the jail was only 15 minutes from my house, I arrived almost 40 minutes later. I walked in and told them what I was there to do. I paid the bail and got the paperwork and then was told to sit and wait for Tyler Ray to be released. Traffic must have been horrible? Otherwise, why would it take you 40 minutes to go 15 minutes? You stop at Carl's Jr.? Hardee's? I don't know what they call them where you're at. Whataburger? Whataburger's pretty fucking good. I'll be waiting outside, I said. There was no way I was about to sit in that waiting room amongst all those criminals and shit. I walked back out to my car and slid behind the wheel. I hoped and prayed that Tyler Ray would be released soon, because I really didn't like sitting in front of the damn jail. I was still pissed because Dante had left without his phone. Hell, I was mad as fuck that he left and hadn't said shit to me. The hell was he thinking? I couldn't even tell him where I went because he had left his damn phone behind. I almost had the nerve to call. Wow, it said I almost had the nerve to call Katrina's phone. I almost had the nerve to call Katrina's phone, but nothing, I fumed as I dialed that heifer's number. What? She answered with an attitude. Let me talk to my husband, please, I said. He ain't with me. I took a deep breath because I knew she was lying to me. I needed to calm myself down before I started going off. Katrina, I am really not trying to start no shit with you today. I know Dante's with you because I saw him get in your car and then I saw you drive off, I said. He was with me, but he ain't no more. If you can't find your husband, you should probably check with Shira. Or better yet, call his phone, she suggested. Well, if he isn't with you, where is he? How the hell should I know? I dropped him home about 15 minutes ago, so like I said, call his phone. What'd you want with him? I'm sorry, but last I checked, he was my baby daddy, not you. Y'all ain't no package deal and no shit like that, Katrina answered smartly. You want to know where your husband was and what I wanted with him? Ask him. Bitch, you better watch who the fuck you talking to. I ain't got time for your shit. It took me that long to realize the hoe had hung the phone up in my face. Ugh, I couldn't stand that bitch. Tyler Ray better hurry the fuck up so I can get home and question my damn husband about where the fuck he went. 10 minutes later, she walked out looking like she had been fighting. She slid in the passenger seat and I looked over at her. Well, damn, bitch. Why the fuck you look like you've been fighting to keep your pussy in there? I asked. Ha ha, she scoffed. That ain't even funny. I'm saying, though, what happened to you? It's a long story, she said. Shit, then start talking. I just paid $5,000 to hear this story, I clowned. Did you, though? 'Cause the bail was $500. So when the bail is $500, you pay the bail bondsman like the whole kit? How's that work? If you don't fuck up, then you get the rest of the money back? Shit, now I gotta look. Hold on, before I do this for safety purposes. Baby, I'm looking up how to post bail, but ain't nobody I know in jail, and I'm not going either, so don't worry about it. Okay, let's see. Start here. No, this doesn't really explain why you pay bail or how the fuck bail works. Bail information, how bail works. Okay, ask and you shall receive. Okay, how bail works. A bail bond is an insurance policy that serves the sole purpose of making sure the defendants appear in court. When to write the bail bond, securing a co-signer, though guaranteed his appearance in court. Does the full amount of the bond have to be paid? The only time one will have to pay the full amount of the bail bond is if the defendant failed to appear in court and was not returned to the court within 180 days. Although this bail bond is an insurance policy guaranteeing the appearance of the defendant in court, the insurance policy is guaranteed by the co-signers. Thus, they will be fully liable for the bail amount if the defendant was not returned to the court. So you don't pay the full thing. You pay 10%. So that's an error. I was just making sure, just wanted to check. Shit. Thanks for coming to get me. I'll pay you back. Don't worry about it. Now stop stalling and tell me what happened. How'd you end up in Harris County lockup? I asked again. I got in a fight with Tasmania. Wait, what? I just knew I hadn't heard her right. I said I got in a fight with Tasmania. When? I asked. This was news to me. Earlier. How did that happen? Last I heard, Tanzania was going to a spot with Tamisha. How the heck did you two get in a fight? I was so confused right now. Can you take me to get my car, please? Tyler Ray asked. Where's your car? I asked. The police had it towed away to their damn lot. They gave me the address, but my purse and shit were in the car. I swear someone fucked around and played with my damn purse. Good Lord, I admonished as I shook my head. I know, right? Can you believe Reggie had me arrested? Tyler Ray asked. Reggie was there? He showed up after we finished fighting. Why were y'all? Is it why were y'all or where were y'all? Because the next thing was, I went to their house hoping to talk to Reggie. When I saw her car, I just lost it. What do you mean you lost it? I asked. I grabbed my gun, girl. I really lost it, she said. Tyler Ray, this has gone too far, I said. I know, because if I wouldn't have had the safety on, I would have killed that bitch. You pulled the trigger? I asked as I quickly glanced over at her. And did. Tyler Ray stated like it was nothing. Like, what? You pulled the trigger and did? Wait, what? Oh my God. You're lucky you didn't shoot Tanzania because then you wouldn't have gotten out of jail. Girl, bye. These judges around here don't give a shit about what someone did to go to jail. They'll give you a bond for every damn thing, Tyler Ray laughed. It's not funny, Tyler Ray. I pulled into the parking lot of the impound lot. Did I tell you that the judge ordered me to stay away from Reggie in Tasmania for a year? Tyler Ray asked with a sad expression on her face. You got a restraining order against you? I questioned. Yes, girl. Do you believe that shit? Damn, I guess they really want you to leave him alone, Tyler Ray, I reasoned. That's crazy. I thought Reggie loved me. I really thought he loved me, she said. She sounded like she was on the verge of tears. I wanted to feel sorry for her, but I couldn't. Tanzania and Reggie had made it clear that they wanted nothing to do with her, especially after that last lunch we had where she declared her love for Reggie. This wouldn't be happening if she had just moved on and stayed with Philip. I didn't know if she thought Reggie was joking when he said he didn't love her anymore, but he was very devoted to his marriage to Tanzania. They were like a power couple, which surprised me because they knew nothing about each other when they got married. Yet they were making it work fabulously. Shit, I wish they would tell me and Dante their secrets because we could definitely use some pointers. That ship is sailed, Tyler Ray. I'm saying ship. They didn't say ship. They said that shit is sailed. I know it might be hard for you to let go, but you're going to have to. As difficult as it might be for you to hear, Reggie's moved on. He loves his wife. For your own sanity, I suggest you move on too, I advise. Thanks for the advice, Tyler Ray said. I hope you take it. Anyway, can I borrow one of your credit cards to pay for the yard fee? She asked. My purse is in the car. Now that Tyler Ray was no longer dating an NBA player, I hope she had some money set aside for her. She at least needed a plan or a job, and from what I knew, she had neither. Sure. I reached in my purse and pulled out my Navy Federal debit card. I handed her the card and she went to the boot to get her car. She returned a short time later with a pout on her face. What's wrong? I asked. I need you to come with me. That stupid-ass worker won't let me use the card unless the person it belongs to is present. I blew out an exasperated breath, turned my car out, and stepped out. Picking Tyler Ray up from the jail was proving to be more trouble than she was worth, but obviously she didn't have anyone else to call. Otherwise, she wouldn't have called me. I walked over to the booth and had to present my driver's license with the debit card. Satisfied that Tyler Ray hadn't stolen my card, he turned to her and said, I need identification for the owner of the car and proof of insurance. All the information's in my car. Can I go get it? Tyler Ray asked. Only one of you can go, he said. That's fine with me, I said. He allowed Tyler Ray to go get what she needed in order to get her car released. My phone started ringing, so I pulled it from my purse. Where the hell are you, Dante? I asked as soon as I answered the phone. Shit, I can ask you the same thing, he scoffed. I'm at the HPD tow yard with Tyler Ray picking up her car. The hell? Why is her car over there? It's a long story, I said as I rolled my eyes. Shit, then give me the short version, Dante said. I'll tell you all about it when I get home. Now, can you tell me where the hell you are? I'm home, duh. Where were you? Why'd you leave with Katrina? I questioned. Tyler Ray walked back out and handed the lot worker her ID and insurance card. Never mind. We'll talk about it when I get home, so stay put, I ordered. Damn, babe, you ain't my mama, Dante said, sounding a little irritated. Oh, trust me, I know I'm not. If I was her, I would have whooped your ass by now, I said as I hung the phone up. Everything okay? Tyler Ray asked. Yeah, I lied. You good? Yep. She smiled and handed me my card and ID. I appreciate you for coming to get me and bringing me here. You're welcome. Try to stay out of trouble, I warned. Our car was brought from the rear of the tow yard. We hugged each other and got in our separate vehicles. I couldn't get home fast enough so I could find out where the hell my husband had gone and why he hadn't told me anything. As soon as I parked my car in the garage, I rushed inside the house. Dante, I called as I went searching for him. Why are you hollering? he asked as he walked in from the backyard. Because I didn't know where you were. What's with the attitude? Dante asked. You're kidding, right? You left with Katrina without telling me and without your phone. Did you think I was going to be okay about that? I asked. Babe, trust me, it ain't nothing to be this upset about. Really, Dante? Because every time y'all snuck away together in the past, you'll just screw each other behind my back. So what the hell am I supposed to think? I said angrily. Shit, not that. We weren't even gone that long for us to have sex. I went to the ATM, withdrew some money, and she dropped me back home. Period. Why'd you go withdraw money from the ATM? Didn't you send her some money last week? This is one of the things I hated most about his baby mamas. They always wanted more, more, more. Nothing was ever enough for them. No matter how much he gave, they continued to demand more, usually in the midnight hour. You know how Katrina and Shira are. Yeah, you give them an inch and they take a fucking mile. When's this shit gonna stop, Dante? They shouldn't get to dictate our money in our accounts, I argued. Now you know I have to provide for my kids. Having 30-inch Brazilian weave down their backs ain't providing for your kids. Taking spa days and shit like that ain't providing for your kids. All they do is look out for themselves, period. Baby, it's just money. I can't take it when I die, so why not spend it while I'm alive? That's crazy. You give them all the money and dick they need. Why the fuck am I here? You're here because I love you, he said as he walked over and embraced me. You're here because we're married and I want to be with you. You need to stop letting my baby mamas get under your skin like that. It's not that serious. So, you leaving with your baby mama, your trifling baby mama, without letting me know where you were going is not that serious? Really, Dante? Because I could bet you any money I had that if I left the house with a nigga who I've been cheating with in the past, you would not be singing the same song. I knew my husband, and I knew if the shoe was on the other foot, he would be more pissed than I was right now. It was like he wanted me to behave a certain kind of way, opposite to how he would act. Like I was supposed to take the high road all the time. I applauded my husband for wanting to take care of his kids, but all that extra shit he did for his baby mamas really burned me up. It had to stop. You're right. I'm sorry, he said as he held me around the waist. I'll try to do better. That's what your mouth says, I said. Let me show you what it can do, he flirted as he pulled me towards the bedroom. As soon as we made it to the bedroom, he began stripping off my clothes. The moment he got down on his knees and started snacking on my goodies, his phone started ringing. He ignored the call, but the person called right back. A short time later, his phone started ringing again. As much as I wanted him to ignore it, I wanted to know who was calling. Answer it, I told him breathlessly. He didn't respond. He continued to suck on my pussy, making my whole body quiver. The phone stopped ringing before it started again. Dante was still between my legs as if he didn't hear the shit. It was so annoying. Answer it, I said again. He pulled the phone from his pocket and threw it on the bed. You so concerned about it, you answer it. Then he went back to sucking on me. I picked the phone up and put it to my ear. Hello? I stuttered. Put Dante on the phone, Shira demanded. This bitch got some nerve coming to me like that. Who the fuck she thinks she was anyway? He's busy, I stammered. Oh, shit. Ew, are you having sex? Shira asked. I gotta go, I stuttered again. Bitch, if you don't put Dante on the phone... I pushed myself away from Dante and put the phone on speaker. If you ever call me on my name again, what the fuck you gonna do? Shira boldly asked. You ain't about to do a fucking thing, bitch, and you know it. Shira, Dante jumped in. The fuck I tell your ass about disrespecting my wife and coming at her stupid? I ain't disrespect anybody, she laughed. You a goddamn lie. I heard you call her a bitch. Man, let me tell you something. You might be my baby mama, but Yesenia is my wife. That ain't my problem, she barked. I don't know what your problem is, but I can tell you what your problem's about to be. You come at my wife in the disrespectful way you've been coming at her, all that extra money I've been giving you will be a thing of the past. You can't do that, Shira yelled. Try me. If you think I'm about to just sit back and let you keep treating my wife like she ain't shit, you better think again, Dante warned. I don't know what you were calling about, but I don't give a fuck right now. Dante, you better not hang up this click. After he turned the phone off, he looked into my eyes and said, I'm so sorry. I promise I won't let either one of them ever disrespect you like that again. All I could do was wrap my arms around him as the tears flowed. I've been waiting a long time for my husband to stand up for me and put his foot down with his devilish and greedy baby mamas. The fact that he was doing it now had me so hot and wet. I know you ain't crying, he teased as he pulled back and looked at me. These are happy tears, I admitted as I brushed them away. You mean everything to me, Yesenia. Everything. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have you. Lucky for you, you won't ever have to find out. Now come here so I can thank you properly, I said as I kissed him deeply. I placed my hands in his boxers before pulling out his thick, hardened shaft. Wrapping both hands around it, I placed my mouth on his dick. Ah, shit, he hissed as he threw his head back. My husband had gone above and beyond to let me know how much I meant to him. He definitely deserved some good head and great pussy for that shit. Yeah, it was a new day, and my man had definitely shown Cruella and Maleficent who was boss. Chapter 7. Tamisha. 2 months later, so let's see, 2 months later. That means what's-her-face, Kiana's had her baby by now, had to. Tyler Ray hasn't seen or heard or done nothing stupid in 2 months. Okay. Let's see, what else? Philip and Kiana are probably dating by now. Yeah, Nathan's probably thinking about cheating at this juncture. As I stood in front of the mirror in my bra and lace panty, I cut my baby bump and smiled. I couldn't believe that I was actually pregnant, so every time I saw my reflection in the mirror, I was in awe. I had a little person growing inside me. I didn't think I would be happy about being pregnant so soon after marrying Nathan. I mean, we haven't even had a chance to travel much yet, outside of going to the different cities for basketball games, and you could best believe I was at every single game. Even though I started having a little sickness due to the pregnancy, I still made it a point to be at those games to support my husband. If I didn't do it, someone else would try to show up for him. These groupies did not care if the players were married or not. If they saw a man they liked, they had no problem making a play for him. I thought it was sad they didn't care if they were homewreckers or not. Nathan came up behind me and placed his hands on mine, his chin on my left shoulder, and smiled at me in the mirror. His chin on my left shoulder. How deep did he have to bend? He's 6'3", because he's a 6'3" forward playing for the Rockets. And they say your height. It's like 5'3", 5'2", 12 feet, or 12 inches rather. I guess. Head on the shoulder though, I guess. I could do it. It takes a lot of deep knee bends. But my wife is 5'7", so. You know, it's true what they say about a woman glowing during a pregnancy. Yeah? I asked as I smiled. Yes, you're shining brighter than that rock on your left hand, he commented. I think I'll need to start shopping for some maternity clothes soon, Tamisha replied. This is Tamisha's chapter. Like, you should be saying that in the first person. Like, come on now. No matter what you wear, you're still gonna be sexy as fuck, Nathan said. Thank you, babe, I said with a smile as I turned in his arms and kissed him. Shit, don't start nothing you ain't prepared to finish. If I didn't have a doctor's appointment, I'd be very prepared to finish. You better hurry up and get dressed. I got practice in a couple hours, and I can't be late. I informed her. Wait, what? Whose chapter is this? What are we doing? Okay. I made my way to the huge walk-in closet and chose a pair of Versace Couture. Sorry, it's like Juicy Couture. Sorry, had to stop and think about it for a second. Chose a pair of Versace Couture logo leggings and a matching t-shirt. Honestly, y'all should be happy that I know this shit from glance because some of them, I mean, for the uninitiated, Balenciaga, it looks just like Balenciaga. I mean, I can't really front, but there's some of them that don't. I thrust my feet into a pair of black leather Fashion Nova combat boots. Then I went to the vanity mirror and applied makeup to my face. When I was finished getting dressed, I grabbed my black Prada bag. I'm ready, I announced. You look great, my husband complimented with a smile as he kissed my cheek. Thanks, babe. You always look delicious. Sounds like you're hungry, he teased as he opened the passenger side door for me. Ha ha, I replied sarcastically. He shut the door and walked around to the driver's side. Christmas was almost a month ago, and it was our first Christmas as husband and wife. I would have to say that it was also the best one yet. We were married, expecting our first child, and our relationship had never been better. We let our parents know about the pregnancy for Christmas. To say that they were thrilled would be putting it mildly. I was surprised that Kiana hadn't told my business already, since she knew weeks before I announced to our families. I guess she didn't care that I was pregnant. All she was concerned about was her own. Why would she tell your family? And Nathan's family? How does she know your family? I have questions. That was fine with me, because my pregnancy was the only one I was concerned about also. I could care less who she was pregnant for, because I was certain her baby did not belong to my husband. Look, little pet peeve, not that little, kind of big, semantic thing. Not even semantics, just y'all sound fucking stupid when you say you could care less. I could care less what you do. If you could care less, then you could care less. You can care less than what you're caring right now. I couldn't care less means, motherfucker, I don't give a shit about what you do, where you go. I could not care less. I couldn't give a fuck. It's like when you say it's the least I can do. Nah, nigga. Look, the least you could do is fucking nothing. That's the least you could do, is nothing. Don't get me started on thoughts and prayers and all that bullshit, too. Oh, Christians, y'all don't want to hear me right now. I'll be preaching for an hour. Heaven forbade if that kid turned out to be Nathan's. I knew that Kiana was going to take us through hell if the paternity test proved in her favor. I just hoped that God was listening to my prayers and that he would answer them. I was sure Kiana was praying for the opposite, so I hoped he slept on hers. Yep, I did. Okay, so just like that, the next paragraph brought me right back to Christians. So, y'all motherfuckers, look, Christians, look, hi, I'm Derek. I'm a Christian, Baptist, whatever you want to call me. Some people call me a fake Christian. I don't give a fuck. But here's the thing. Y'all be praying for, like God is your personal concierge service. I'm just saying. Y'all be telling motherfuckers shit that don't make no sense in the grand scheme of the world, which God loves. So then you seem better. Like you're blessed and highly favored. Like you're highly favored means that somebody else isn't nearly as highly favored or isn't blessed because you are. Somebody, when my son made it through his surgery, somebody told us that we were blessed. God had blessed us because he lived. That means that somebody else wasn't blessed because their child died, or that somebody that they knew died. And while we were in the hospital, there were people crying over infants who had passed away. Does that mean that they're not blessed? Like you have to really think about these things when you say them. And Christians just say these things thinking that it's going to uplift them, but it's not going to uplift you. My fist to your jaw. It might uplift you if I do an uppercut, but I swear if you try and say those things to people, you just seem so vapid and so empty. And you look like you want a round of applause for telling somebody that your God blessed them with something instead of the person next door. And you're saying this in a group of people like somebody else may not be going through the same thing and hadn't lost their way or hadn't not gotten what I got. Blessed and highly favored, thoughts and prayers, all that kind of shit is bullshit. But even more bullshit is when you tell somebody who just lost their child that God has a plan for them and that it was God's plan to take away their child. When my homeboy when my homeboy passed away in a car accident, I cried for weeks. But you know what? A nigga told me that it was God's plan that a 17-year-old kid died in a car accident, and I did not fuck with that person anymore. You're not going to tell me that my friend died so then God can make me a better speaker. Go fuck yourself. That's not the way any of this works. God did not mean for me to go through something that traumatic for somebody else so then I can become a better person. That is selfish and myopic for you to think that God will literally ruin somebody else's life, end somebody else's life, alter somebody else's life, alter somebody else's plans so that you can become a better person. Suck a dick. You are so fucking selfish saying that shit. And I can see how so many of you fucking Christians are Trump supporters because y'all don't see shit but yourselves. You go out into the streets as Christians and you judge every motherfucker on the block instead of trying to help everybody who's there. You think they're beneath you because they come into service wearing fucking street clothes. You try and send out homeless people because they don't fit the aesthetic of what you're trying to do when they're looking for help and they're looking for grace and they're looking for peace and they're looking for love and they're looking for everything that God says he has in the church. But you don't want to give it because you think they're not you. They're not like us. Well, go fuck yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. The way that y'all treat people, the way that you talk about people in the service, the way you talk about people after the service, the way you judge people, the way you judge gay people and trans people, the way that you judge people who aren't like you or who don't worship the same God as you or who don't believe. The way that you will tell somebody in a millisecond that God's got me, God gifted me, God blessed me, God graced me, God bestowed me, God gave me, God helped me. When do you ever pray for somebody else? I've heard y'all motherfuckers pray. You pray for yourself for about 15 minutes and pray for other people for like 1. The only person I know who actually prayed for me fervently was my grandmother. Everybody else was a shoehorn. Bless the family. Bless my family and friends. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Nah, fuck you, nigga. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all fake ass motherfuckers. Fuck y'all for wanting to get up in somebody's face like you're better than them when you're literally not even trying to be better because you think you got a goddamn Trump card because you can pray for fucking forgiveness. Oh, I repented from that. I'm not the same person I used to be. Oh, God's still working on me. Be patient with me. No, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Oh my God, I fucking hate that shit. I hate it so fucking much. Like when I was growing up, I wanted to be a pastor. But the church is so fake and phony. And it's not the pastor that's fake and phony, but oh my goodness. You know what? One of the best pastors I've ever known confessed that he fucking listened to rap music. And there's this movie that came out a while back called Honk If You Love Jesus, where the pastor and his wife got in the car and started singing Nuck If You Buck, and my mom lost her fucking shit. Because she refused to believe that a pastor would listen to fucking 3-6 Mafia like they weren't listening to that shit before they became saved or after they became saved. You think that these niggas act the same way they act in the church when they step outside the church? No. So you shouldn't judge people who want to step inside the church for the first time so then they can act different too. Y'all are all actors and actresses hoping to please God so then you can step your happy ass into heaven. Trying to think of the right thing to say that's going to get you some sort of a blessing or a sign or something like that. And you know what? Fuck you to everybody who says when I or somebody with mental health issues comes up to you and says, I'm sinking. Oh, no, baby. Just have you gone to church? It's the same as the doctors when you say, I got something going on. They're like, I think you should lose weight. Go fuck yourselves. Collectively. Go fuck yourselves. That's it. I'm done. Nathan drove me to my appointment on August Drive while we chatted about our future. Nathan had been such a great asset to the team that I knew he would be offered another contract once this one expired. How? How had he been a great asset? The fuck did he do with a 6'3" forward? What exactly did he bring to the team? What are his stats? You're really outside of the basketball stuff here. I feel like you watched the basketball reality show and was just like, they never talk about basketball stats. But nigga, we know who Scottie Pippen is and Shaquille O'Neal and all them other niggas. We don't know who Nathan is. I was excited about our baby on the way, the path Nate's career had taken, and how strong our bond had gotten. He pulled into the parking lot of the doctor's office and found a spot close to the door. I hoped no one would ask my husband for an autograph, but it never failed. Everywhere we went, people always requested that he sign t-shirts, body parts, purses, and napkins. I guess they used whatever was handy. Nathan was recognized everywhere because he played for the Cougs for 4 years before he signed to the Rockets. This was his area, so people knew him no matter where he went. I'm sure his height had a lot to do with how people reacted. Yeah, because he's a 6'3" forward. That shit's weird. If it wasn't for how tall he was, people probably wouldn't recognize him that well. At least that's how I looked at it. Of course, I could be wrong. I signed my name on the sign-in sheet and went to take a seat next to my husband. A short time later, my name was called. We immediately stood and walked through the open door. The nurse, Denise, weighed me and checked my vitals before asking for a urine sample. Wipe with this first, front to back. When you're done, just leave the sample in the restroom. Please write your name on it with a Sharpie marker on the counter. Okay. I took the wipe and cup from her and walked to the restroom. After I finished peeing in the cup, I left it on the counter, washed my hands, and walked back out to join my husband. Denise led us to exam room 2. Dr. Linden will be with you in a few, she said. She turned to walk out. So, do you want a boy or a girl? I asked Nathan. You already know I want a son, but if we have a daughter, I'll love her the same. I mean, I could teach her to play basketball just the same way I could teach a boy. Girls play b-ball too, he said with a huge smile. You're right. I think our baby will want to play basketball just because of who you are. What child wouldn't want to be like Dad? Or Mom, Nathan said as he draped his arm across my shoulders. Oh, please, you're the famous one. I couldn't do any of this without you, babe. I need you to believe that shit. You heard me? I do believe you, babe. I'm just saying that you're the parent everyone flocks to. You're the one who everyone loves, I said. Shit, the only ones I need love from are you, my kid, and my family. Don't get me wrong, I love my fans, but you and my family are what's most important. I don't ever want to hear you talking down on yourself like you're less than what I am. You're the reason I made it this far, Nathan said. He was just so sweet. I didn't know if it was the pregnancy hormones or what, but I started to cry. Oh, babe, he said as he held me. You don't have to cry. You always make me feel so special. That's because you are special. You're the love of my life, babe. I honestly believe that God put the two of us together for a reason, Nathan said. Cliche. I believe that too. The door opened and Dr. Linden walked in with a smile. Hello, Tamisha. Nathan. How are y'all doing today? She greeted. We're good, Nathan said. Excited to find out what we're having. Oh, so y'all want to know the gender today? Last appointment, you both said you didn't want to know, she said. Yeah, I was thinking of having a gender reveal party, but decided not to. My mom and sister are already planning a baby shower, so the gender reveal would be just too much. I said, I thought they happened at the same time. That's how my sister-in-law did it a couple times. So, you both want to know? Dr. Linden asked. She looked over at Nathan. Yes, I want to know, Nathan said. Okay, how have you been feeling? She asked. I'm okay. From these cravings and occasional sickness, I'm fine, I admitted. It should pass soon. Usually the sickness doesn't last longer than 14 or 15 weeks. But you're 22 weeks along, so it should have subsided by now. Hopefully it'll pass in a week or two, she said. Do you have any questions for me? Not really. I'd just like to know what we're having so we can start shopping, I said excitedly. Okay. Give me a couple minutes and I'll send Denise to get you, Dr. Linden said. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Linden, Nathan said. She walked out and I got excited all over again. I was super happy that we'll be finding out the sex of our baby. Now we'll be able to shop for either pink, yellow, and green, or blue, white, and green. Pink, yellow, and green, or blue, white, and green. Okay. No matter what we were having, we'll be happy because this baby was a product of our love for each other. I just hope the baby's okay. This one of them books would all mess around and make her lose her baby, so then she'll resent Kiana's baby. 10 minutes later, Denise came to get us and led us to another room. We walked in and saw the ultrasound machine. You can lay on the table and Dr. Linden will join us shortly. I laid on the table with my head on the pillow. Dr. Linden walked in a short time later. She placed a towel on the front of my leggings before pulling them down under my belly. She squirted warm gel on my stomach before rubbing the ultrasound wand over it. I reached for my husband's hand and he gave it to me. As the two of us watched the small form on the monitor, I got teary-eyed. Sometimes it was hard to believe that I was pregnant. It was a total shock at first, but now I was embracing this pregnancy. I couldn't wait to be a mother and hold my little one for the first time. Several minutes after Dr. Linda started the ultrasound, she turned to the two of us with a big smile on her face. It's a boy, she announced. The look on Nathan's face when he found out we were having a son was priceless. It was an expression I wished I was able to capture on video, had I thought of it sooner. We're having a boy, he cheered excitedly. You're having a little boy, Dr. Linden confirmed. Baby, we're having a boy, Nathan said as he grabbed both sides of my face with his hands and planted a wet one on me, right there in front of Dr. Linden and Denise. We're having a boy. I'm going to have a son. He was so happy and joyous. I never imagined my husband would be ready for fatherhood so soon after we got married. Everything seemed to be happening so fast for us. I mean, Nathan signed with the Rockets, then he proposed to me. 2 months later, we were married, and now we're about to become parents. Wait, 2 months later? I thought it was like 2 weeks. Wait, what? It was 2 weeks. I just went back and looked. I knew I wasn't crazy. I mean, I know I'm not, but still, God had been blessing us so much that I was starting to wonder when the axe would drop. Once the doctor finished the ultrasound, she handed us some pictures. Clearly, we were having a son. Yep, just like his daddy, Nathan said proudly. I knew exactly what he was talking about, and so did the doctor and nurse. The flustered looks on their faces were dead giveaways. Talk about embarrassing. After Dr. Linden gave me a paper towel, I cleaned off my belly and she said, Congratulations to the two of you. Continue to take your prenatal vitamins and call me if you have any questions or concerns. I will, thanks. She handed me my file. Take this file to the receptionist and she'll schedule your next appointment for a month from now. Thank you so much, Dr. Linden, Nathan said as he helped me off the table. You're most welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day, she said as we all walked out of the office. Once Nathan paid for my doctor's visit, the next appointment was made. I was given an appointment card and then we left. Do you want me to stop and pick you up something to eat? Nathan asked. Do we have time? I don't want you to be late, I replied. It's cool. What do you feel like eating? Pasta. From where? Kalina's, if that's okay, I said with a smile. Kalina's it is, he said as he leaned over and kissed me. An hour later, he had dropped me off at home and was on his way to basketball practice. They had a game tomorrow, and the playoffs were about to start. It was important for Nathan and his team to win a championship. It's important for them all to try and win a championship. I knew if they would win, it would mean more money for the team and a heftier contract for my husband. As I sat at the table to eat, my phone rang. It was Tanzania. Hey, girl, I answered. Hey, are you busy? Her voice sounded a little edgy, so I wondered what was going on. I was about to eat, but what's up? Can I come over? I need to talk to you about something, and it can't wait. Okay, sure. I mean, what else could I say? I'm leaving now, Tanzania said. Is everything okay? I questioned. Yeah, I just really need some advice. Okay, I'll be waiting, I said. Thanks, Misha. No problem. We ended the call and I scarfed down my food like my life depended on it. One thing I didn't play with these days was my food. I seemed to always be hungry or craving something. Kalina's had the best chicken pasta, and I've been wanting pasta ever since I found out I was pregnant. Poor Nathan had been ripping and running all over the city to satisfy my cravings, even in the middle of the night. He was definitely my soulmate. The intercom buzzed, so I went to let Tanzania in. I pressed the button to open the gate, allowing her access to the driveway. Once she parked her car, I waited for her by the front door. She walked up with a worrisome expression on her face. Oh, Lord, what has Tyler Ray done now? I asked. After a brief hug, she replied, Surprisingly, this has absolutely nothing to do with her dumb ass. Ever since that judge slapped her with that restraining order, she's been keeping her distance. Reggie and I finally feel like we can breathe again. I can only imagine, I said as I led her to the kitchen. You want some coffee, an espresso, tea? Just some water will be fine. You want ice? Yes, please. What's going on? I ain't gonna beat around the bush or nothing like that. I'm pregnant, Tanzania announced. I looked over at her with a huge smile on my face. Congratulations, I yelled. She didn't return the smile, so I immediately became worried. I placed a bottle of water in front of her, along with a glass of ice, and sat down next to her on the bar stool. What's going on? Aren't you happy about the baby? I don't know shit about raising no baby, Misha. Neither do I, but I'm gonna learn, I said. I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom, at least not yet, Tanzania said. When did you find out? I asked. A few weeks ago. Does Reggie know? No. I've been trying to figure out if I want to even have this baby, she said. I thought you and Reggie wanted a baby. He does. He's been trying to knock me up ever since we got married. And now you're pregnant. I don't know if I should have the baby or have an abortion, Tanzania said. This is definitely a conversation you should be having with your husband, especially if you're scared and considering terminating the pregnancy. Do you know how far along you are? I'm assuming a couple months. My cycle's been off for the past few months, but I attributed that to the stress I've been under with Tyler Ray's ass. So you don't know, I reasoned. I'm not sure, she corrected. I suggest the first thing you do is get an ultrasound. No, I'm not going to let you talk me into doing that, so I'll change my mind. This has to be my decision, Tanzania snapped. I'm not suggesting an ultrasound to sway your decision, Tanzania. I'm only suggesting you get one to find out how far along you are. That way, you'll know if you're within range of terminating the pregnancy. But make no mistake about it, I implore you to talk to Reggie about this before you do it. If you terminate this pregnancy knowing how badly he wants children, it could destroy your marriage. And who do you think will be there to pick up the pieces? I asked as I narrowed my eyes at her while crossing my arms over my chest. Ugh, she cried as she placed her face in her hands. I know you're scared. Hell, I was scared too, but I'm the happiest I've ever been, I admitted as I placed my hand over my small bump. I could see the expression on her face softening. I'm just so confused, she admitted, and scared. You have every right to feel that way. Can you imagine how I felt when I found out? Nathan and I have been married for less than a year. He's only been playing for the Rockets a few months. We just got this bougie-ass lifestyle, and now we're having a baby. I was scared too, and wondering if we were ready to be parents, I said. What changed your mind about how you feel? My husband. I thought he was going to be upset because I got pregnant so soon, but he wasn't. He embraced the pregnancy and me, and I know for a fact that Reggie will have the same reaction. Maybe you're right, she admitted. Maybe. I've been known to be right a time or two, I said as I shoulder bumped her playfully. So about that ultrasound. Will you come with me? Of course. Thanks, Misha, Tanzania said with a smile. I really appreciate you. That's what friends are for, I said. She dried her tears with a sheet of Viva paper towels, and we made an appointment for her to get an ultrasound that afternoon. I also gave her the name of my obstetrician. I wanted Tanzania to keep her baby. We could raise our kids together, and they could be best friends like us until one of them niggas get traded. You act like y'all spend a whole career. Nigga, unless you are Kobe, Magic Michael, Larry Bird. Larry Bird stayed his whole career. Kobe, Magic Michael, Larry Bird. I really think that's it. I can't think of too many motherfuckers who stayed their whole career with one team. So, if y'all know anybody past that who stayed their whole career with one team who played more than like 2 seasons or 3, let me know, because I'm really curious about this shit. But most folks get traded or released. And then what? First, I'm going to stack my dough, and then what? But you know, I can't even lie, I said as she looked over at me. I'm excited. Really? Why? Because we're pregnant at the same time. Our babies can be best friends like we are, I said. Tears sprang to her eyes again. She dabbed at them with a paper towel. You're right, Tanzania agreed. I'm so mushy lately. It's no wonder Reggie didn't figure out the issue yet. It's no wonder? No, that wouldn't be how it works. Your hormones. Pregnancy does a number on them. You'll either bust out laughing or crying, but it'll definitely fuck you up, I said as I laughed. Oh man, I already struggle with my damn emotions now, she admitted. Don't worry, I'll be here to help you through it. Thanks. Hey, any word on the chick who claims Nathan's her baby daddy? Tanzania asked out the blue. Nope. I haven't seen or heard from her, and neither's Nathan. I hope it stays that way too, I said. The past 2.5 months have been blissful without her and her bullshit. I pray that baby isn't Nathan's because I could see myself going to jail behind that bitch, I swore. Shit, if anyone understands, it's me. That Tyler Ray bitch was definitely about to land my ass in lockup. I saw red when she pulled up behind me that day. When that bitch pulled her gun out, I literally saw my life flash before my eyes, Tanzania confessed. I can only imagine. I ain't never been in a situation like that before, I said. Girl, looking down the barrel of that gun was the scariest shit ever. When that bitch pulled the trigger, I thought I was dead until I realized she hadn't taken the safety off. Then I beat her fucking ass. I know that's right, I said as I nodded my head. At this point, it was either you or her, right? Exactly, she agreed. Let's go to this appointment so I can see what's going on. I need some ideas on how to break the news to Reggie. Break the news? He wants a baby so bad, ain't no breaking the news, sis. All you gotta do is tell him that you're pregnant. I'd suggest a candlelight dinner and soft music. Child, if I give him that, I'll be popping pussy all night long, she clowned as we busted out laughing. TMI, boo. TMI. We continued to crack up all the way to her car. I was glad that me and Tanzania formed this bond between us. Between me, her, and my sister Paris and cousin Christy, we was thicker than thieves. It was special times like these when I enjoyed being able to pick up the phone and contact them the most. I was excited about going to Tanzania's ultrasound. I hope when she saw her baby on the monitor, she'll be just as excited as I was when I saw mine. Who in their right mind wouldn't be excited about seeing their baby on the ultrasound monitor for the first time? 916-633-1537, Ratchet and Ratchet at gmail.com, Ratchet Book Club on Twitter, Ratchet Book Club on Facebook. You can leave a review on Spotify. It takes like 13 seconds. You can also leave a review on Podchaser. Copy and paste that into Apple Podcasts, and then copy and paste that into the Good Pods app. You can donate to the show at patreon.com/single simulcast. $1 will get you a ton of content. You can also donate to the show at buymeacoffee.com/sscast or on the Good Pods app. You can leave a tip in the tip jar. Thank you so much for listening. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all be good. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace. The intro and outro to Ratchet Book Club is by That Kid Garan, and it's called Goodbyes. You can email him at tkgbeats94@gmail.com for more information on how to lease this beat.
This is Single Simulcast.